All right, well, it's been raining in Nashville and I'm flooded out of my studio, so I had a little video I wanted to make about the H90, showing you how to use some of these features to get really dynamic patches and really get the most out of it. So we're going to just build a patch real quick. I'm going to show you what you can do with some of these hot switches and knobs and stuff. I'm going to take you through the whole process. And I'm going to recreate a patch that I already use, which is a vibrato slap, right? So I won't go through every single part of this process as far as how to look for presets and stuff, but there's a million videos about that. So here's our vibrato. I'm just gonna put a random one there real quick. And then here I'm gonna put a little tape echo. And I'll adjust these parameters in a minute. Now the terminology is a little confusing. So if I use the wrong word, bear with me. Okay, so let's listen to what we got. We got a vibrato. Cool. I'm gonna put it on that retro. I like that. It reminds me of the Magnatone vibrato. We're not using the mod, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. And let's get this. Let's get the tape echo going. I just want a little slap back, okay? Nothing fancy here. Turn the repeats way down. Turn them off, actually. And let's get a little saturated. Why not? Okay. Cool. So we got a little slap back there, and we got a little vibrato. Now, how are we going to set that up to be easy to adjust and get other options with on the fly? So the first thing we're going to do, we go back to select mode here, and what you're going to see is that you have these knobs here that you can control stuff with. So I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to put this one. We're going to put this on program A. We're going to put it on the depth. That's going to control the intensity of the vibrato. I'm going to turn this slap off for a second, which you can do by pressing this. It's not that practical to do in a show or anything, but... Okay, so let's pull that depth down to where I might want it. That's a good place where if I was just pulling this up in the middle of a gig, I'd like that. So that's cool. We'll leave it there. Now these other two, I'm gonna put this on the mix for B, which is our slapback, right? So wet mix. No, it's not on. Let's turn it back on real quick. That's a little much. Let's pull it back down to like 20. I'll add it a tiny bit more. Just a little bit. Cool. Okay, now we can put something on this, which is called the program knob. So let's put something on there. What I think would be good to put on there. Now this is the one that you can adjust with your foot. So I want to put kind of our most important thing on there. So I'm going to put the speed of the vibrato on there, which means I'm going to go like this. I'm going to hold this down, and it's going to say parameter speed control source. We're going to hot knob P. Right? Now, if we go to the next screen, it's going to give us a range. Because these have insanely wide ranges, more than you would ever need. So I want to put it, let's find the start. How slow do we want it to be able to be? Around 3 is probably going to work for me. That's nice. And then let's find the end speed. Now, you know, sometimes you might want that fast for a special effect, but I'm gonna get it in a little bit more of a usable range for me. Leave it there. Now that is gonna control the whole sweep of what this can do, right? So now, so that's controlling the speed, and you can control that with your foot on the fly to gig. Now, I'm going to show you one more thing here. So, we've got this last knob that we haven't done anything with. You can put that on another B parameter, but I'm going to do something that's really cool that you can do with the H90. I'm going to put it on hot knob. Okay? So that's going to be hot knob B. Right? Now, what is the hot knob going to do? We're going to go here, and we want to make this basically go, I want to get this to have a lot of repeats and more mix. I'll show you why we're going to do that. So we already have that on hot knob B. That's good. Let's pull it from, so that our minimum is where we already are. And let's just get it to where it gets a little bit wetter. That's cool, okay. And the way I did that was I found the parameter I'm looking for and I held down. So now I want to add more feedback, right? So I'm going to hold down feedback A here. Control source, we're also going to go to hot knob B, not program because program's here, hot knob B. And we're going to just add a bunch of feedback. So we'll start where we were. We'll go way up like that. Maybe a little less. It's a little much. But I do want a lot. That's nice. So let's leave it there. And you can control all kinds of things with this. Like we could make this the slap get a little bit longer when we turn that knob up, right? So we're at 98. Let's leave it there for the start. Let's just make it get a little bit longer, like that, something like that. Now you're controlling all these things at once. I'm going to do another thing just to show you, again, what we can do. Let's turn the saturation so that the saturation goes way up. From 6 to all the way. And then let's also do the filter. Let's have there be a little bit less of a filter. So we were at, what, 57? And you can even have it go the other way, which is kind of cool. So we're going to do that. So now check this out. Go back here. Now we got our hot knob. If our hot knob is all the way down, we got our slap. Pull the hot knob all the way up. We got this crazy quick delay. I got thinking about this kind of sound because of this Les Paul tune called I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, where he uses a sound like that. Okay, now, what else can we do with this? Let's turn this back down about halfway, so we're kind of in between that slap and the crazy echoes. And remember, we set this up to be controlling a bunch of things at once, which is really cool. So now, if we're going to go into perform mode, so we can just leave this as is, but we can do more than that. We can go into perform mode. Let's check out what we can do here. So I'm going to leave these as active, active. That's going to turn on and off the different effects. So we can, if we wanted to have one without the other, there's our vibrato and our slap. And like for instance, I have this saved to where when I pull this up, only the slap is engaged, and then I have to go into this to open up the vibrato. Now what else can we do here? Let's check this out. Let's go to one of these hot knob or hot switches. right? Okay, so hot switch 1. Now, you can also have this on momentary, which is actually how I do this on my patch, but since this isn't, well, you know, let's try it. It might be a little awkward, but I'll try and show you. Okay, so now we're gonna set a really crazy thing to happen when we hold that hot switch. So we go back to our parameters, we hold down this P, and we're gonna make the intensity go way up. Of course, it's not on right now, so we can't hear it. And let's also make the speed go up. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do something crazy with the echo too. So this is actually gonna be similar to what we have on the hot knob, but just to demonstrate. And way more feedback. Right, okay, so now, let's go back to here. Let's turn both of these on. And let me show you what we can do. So we got our sound. I'm going to turn this down. So we got our normal sound. Now when we hit this hot switch here, we're going to get some crazy stuff. Now, I'm actually going to make this even more intense with the vibrato. So I'm going to go back to that parameters, hold down that P again, and we're going to go make sure that that gets the depth all the way up. Now let's see what we got. Okay, so that's really cool. I actually used that on a record recently, a sound like this, where I was going, doing a riff that was like a... But then one of the interludes, I go... Whoop. So you can build in basically a whole nother sound that you can access just on the fly. And some of this is done to kind of make up for the fact that you don't have all these knobs available like you would on standalone pedals. But it really opens up all these dynamic options for playing, where you can get on this perform mode and you have other hot switches that you can set. So you could do 2 more hot switches like that. But I like in this case it's fine just having the one. But so check it out. Now we've got everything from our slapback, right? Our just simple slapback with no vibrato. Right? We can add the vibrato. Control the speed with our foot. Right? We can make that real repeaty with the B hot knob. Right? Or in addition to that, we can have that all happen when we hit that hot switch, the momentary hot switch, right? So we can have, again, same kind of thing. So yeah, that's the idea. You can do this on all your programs that you make on here, or patches, whatever I forget the terminology. So yeah, that's basically all I got. That's what I wanted to show you, is how do you make a good patch that's usable and flexible in the moment. So that's it. You can get almost everything you need just right here, even though there's not knobs for everything. So that's it. I actually think that it gets you more options than a lot of standalone pedals because of the way it works. And you got an expression pedal, you can put more stuff on that. It's really laid out in a very intelligent way once you kind of get what they're doing with it. So I'll leave that here. Hope this was helpful. See ya.